Welcome YouTube, welcome to my first Q&A. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you everybody for all of the questions. Some of you asked kind of like a lot of questions, so I'm gonna do all those, and then in the next Q&A I will include some of the other questions, so it's not like a long drawn out 40-minute vlog or video like I normally do. So welcome to my first Q&A. If you're new to my channel, I am all about flexible dieting, counting my macros, balancing having a family and still attaining my fitness goals. I have a hypothyroid issue, so I talk a lot about my health issues and how I get through them, and yeah, just the struggle and the balancing of staying fit and healthy while still being like the best mother and wife I could possibly be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So welcome to my channel. I'll start off with the first question. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because this is my second time recording it, because the first time I recorded it, it's just way insane in the background and I carried on and on and on in my answers, and I just want to keep it short and sweet. So here we go. Starting off with, let me try to get, is the lighting kind of screwed up? Let me see, can you see me better? Okay, better, I'm closer.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret, ain't too proud to beg, second chance you'll never get. And yeah, I know how bad.
Okay, so here's a few from Coach Brandy 21. What's up, girl? So, how did you get into fitness? So how I got into fitness was after having my last baby, I decided that I wanted to lose weight. Literally, I could not even like stare at myself in the mirror. I was just so disgusted with my body, and I didn't learn really to like embrace my curves and embrace my body until like honestly recently. So it took a lot of years, but how I got started was I had my last baby. I was very insecure. I got to the point where like I did not even want to have sex with my husband because I didn't want him to see me naked. It was like so sad. I was like this sad, lonely housewife, and I had just moved up here to the high desert. I knew nobody except my cousin, and she worked, so I was pretty much alone, and I just had a baby. So I joined a gym. I lost 55 pounds. Within that first year of me losing my weight and starting my fitness journey, I actually became a fitness instructor. I started teaching PIO, Zumba, ripped, burlesque. What else have I taught? Yoga. What other ones? U-Jam, which is like hip hop. And then I had my own bombshell class, which it was called Bombshell Body. So I became a fitness instructor. I was addicted to fitness, like literally loved it. It was where I found my passion, and I was like it was a couple years, so like 32 years old, 33, what am I, 34 right now? I don't know. It was later in life. Let's just say later in life is when I found my passion, which it took me, even going to like cosmetology school. I thought I loved hair. I've always been a really girly girl, but yes, 100% fitness is my passion. And that is how I became that is how I got into fitness, because I needed to lose weight and I was disgusted in myself. So there's that answer. What did I want to be when I grew up? Or what did you want to be when you were younger? I wanted to be like a singer, actress on TV, something modeling, which I've always like been an overweight little girl, so I never had the confidence to like go for what I wanted. So I wanted to be something like not so much famous, but I wanted to be able to express myself in like a different way. So kind of like an actress. What's the difference? I can't remember. And I just wanted to be on TV. I really enjoyed like that, like being able to like portray something else. So I wanted to be famous basically. And so that's what I wanted to be when I was younger. I did not think I wanted to do hair, be into fitness, nothing like that. Next question. What is your weakness when it comes to nutrition? I love snacking. Like, I like to like nibble on stuff. I'm a snacker. Like, if somebody has something and I just want to try it, I will take a little bite, and it settles my cravings. It does not like put me way over in my macros by any means. Like, I know I have self-control, but I do like to snack. So yeah, that is my weakness, because it's a weakness of mine. I'm like, I'm just gonna have it. Like, I'm not trying to compete anytime soon. When I was in my competition prep, I did not do that. So being that I'm not in prep, YOLO, live your life, right? Next question. How do you get through bad days? What's your favorite thing about your job? Okay, so how do you get through bad days? I'm just a very determined, strong-willed type of person. I have not always been like this. Well, I guess you could say I have. Honestly, for me, what drives me and gets me through the bad days is just my goals, like keeping my eye on the prize. Not every day is going to be rainbows and unicorns. Not every day I'm going to be 100% on point. And so with knowing that there's like ups and downs you got to go through in order to get to the end goal, I just keep my eye on the prize, and I stay focused and I stay determined. During my bikini prep, my first bikini prep time, my husband and I were going through a really bad place in our marriage. Like, we were getting divorced, we were selling our house, and we were always arguing, and it was such a toxic like situation that I was in. And I remember going to the gym still and like crying during my workouts, and not just because freaking cardio was a pain in the ass, not just because of that, but because I was just so like in a place where, what do I do with my life? Like, and I had, you know, my social media platform that I had told everybody I'm going to compete, and I had this expensive coach I was paying for. So I was like, I can't give up. I have to keep going. And nevertheless, I competed, and I was not at the physique that I should have been. I did not bring the best package that I could have. 100%, I did not. But I just knew that I could not let myself down. No matter what my physique was, no matter how I looked on stage, I had to go through all of the steps in that prep in order to know that, hey, you still did what you set out to do. So my goals get me through those bad days, knowing that like if I give up, I'll never hit those goals. You know what I mean? So that's what gets me through the bad days, is my determination, my will to finish something that I say I'm going to do, and I never do anything without putting my 100% all into it. So stay focused. That's my main thing, is stay focused, stay determined. At the end of the day, no one can do it for you. Like, no one can eat your meals, no one can do your workouts, no one can hydrate your body, drinking your water, you know, like, you have to do it all yourself. If you want it, you got to do it. And that's kind of what gets me through the bad days. Even if like I'm having an emotional bad day, like, you know, me and my husband are fighting, I'm just the kind of person who always turns a negative into a positive, because I've gone through so much, especially being a single mom. You go through some hardships that like would probably put anyone into just wanting to crawl under a rock and die. And so being that I've had to go through so much, I always try to look at the greater picture, like, shit, it could be worse. So it could be worse. So that's how I get through the bad days. Do I ramble? I'm so sorry. I know, I'm sorry, guys. Next question. What's your favorite thing about your job? Seeing the confidence build in someone. When somebody comes to you and they're looking for that like saving grace, they're looking for that change in their life, to see them flourish and to be able to help them, that is my favorite part about my job. Like, that is my passion. Seeing them hit their goals, that is my passion. That is my favorite part of the job. When a woman comes to you, or a man, and they come to you with this like look in their eyes, and or you hear it through the email, how you know they need somebody, they need that help. I just love to be able to help them and to show them, like, you don't have to kill yourself to get to your goals. You know what I mean? It's all about like maintaining a lifestyle. It's not about trying to hit that 2-month goal, you know? I mean, sometimes, yes, you do go through those short periods of time where you just want to be like straight out, like go ham, you know? But it has to be structured. You can't just go all out and not know, what do I do after I finish and hit that goal? It has to be structured. So for me, helping people is my favorite part of the job. Seeing their happiness and seeing them evolve from, and being maybe a little insecure and having confidence and like telling me, damn coach, I hit my macros. Like that's just amazing to me. So that's my favorite part of my job. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Well, being that I'm happily married, my kids are all growing up. My youngest is 7, my oldest is 20. I'm focused on me and my business. So my business will have grown. I will either have my own spot or I will have really, really expanded in my business and growth in my business, number one. I do want to be a competition coach. So that would be like my next cert coming up. And I'm just so super excited for like my future. I spent a lot of my years being a stay-at-home wife, being a single mom, and raising my family, and now it's like my time to be able to do the things that I've been wanting to do. Did I think that I would be a YouTuber, fitness, inspiration, social media person? No, 100% not. I am by no means famous at all. I'm not like a famous YouTuber or nothing like that. But the platform that I have built and the platform that I have, I 100% appreciate, and I will always be loyal to that. And I love fitness. It's my passion. Someone asked me the other day, do you really want to be a trainer still? Do you really like training? Hell yes. That is like my passion. I cannot see myself doing anything else. I'm just a boss girl. Like I'm a boss babe. I need to have my own business. I left the camp for a reason, right? And I will get into that question pretty soon. No, I don't want to update my phone later. Moving on to the next question. What's your favorite workout leggings or clothes? Let me show you. Lululemon. Bombshell fitness wear. Gymshark. Bought them. Wasn't a crazy fan. Sold them. Anything that does not see through and that is not cheap, and when I wash it, it doesn't fall apart. I used to shop a lot at Ross and Marshall's. However, being a fitness instructor, being a personal trainer, I go through clothes like crazy. They're always being washed, and you need to have brands that are able to handle that wear and tear. So Lululemon is my number one go-to. Bombshell Fitness is my second one. And thirdly, I have not found another one that I really, really like. I have like 10 Lululemon pairs and 2 or 3 Bombshells. I think 2. The Bombshell ones are the ones that look like socks. So those are my 2 favorite ones. Pretty pricey, ranging from like $85 to $100 a pair. However, when you're in the industry and ladies, when you squat, you don't want your thong showing. It's not cute. You don't want your pants see-through. You don't want that. Like guys already stare at the gym as it is. The last thing you want them to be able to say is like, damn, I can see your booty. No. So totally worth the investment for me. I still get like tops from Marshalls and Ross. And my little tops I get like at Ross, Marshalls, DD's, like they're like the little tops you wear a couple times and then you toss them out. They're like $4. I love crop tops for all the abs I don't have. And this is the next question. How long have you been a coach? And those are some of the questions that she had. So that's the last question. How long have I been a coach? I've had my own online coaching business for 7 months. I have been a trainer for more than a year. I've been in the fitness industry as a whole for 7 years. 7? No, 6. My son's 7. He's going to be 6.5, close to 7 years. And I cannot see myself doing anything else. No, not at all. So that's how long I've been a coach, for a little over, or my business for at least 7 months. So I hope that answered all of those questions from Coach Brandy. Let me go into the next ones. Okay guys, moving on to the next. Battery died. I had to change the battery. Sorry guys. Oh, then moving that way. Okay, I think you can see a little bit better. Okay, so moving on. These questions come from Mama to 2 boys and a princess. That's a cute name. So I'm looking to lose 40 pounds by January 1st. Do you think that goal is attainable in a healthy way? Okay, so let me tell you like this. So what I like to do is Take your goal. You want to lose 40 pounds. Take the amount of time that you have to do, divide it. How much is that number? So if I just did it going off of like, let's see. You have 40 pounds to lose, right? Divided by, what are we in, August? Let's say you start September. Let's do 20 weeks. Let's do 40 divided by 20. That's going to put you at 2 pounds of weight loss per week, okay? So it all depends on your body, to be honest. You can do the math on here and like set the goal, but I wouldn't put so much stress on your body about how much pounds you lose. What I would like you to do is focus on your physique changes that you have going down the line of when you start losing the weight. Make sure you take your pictures. Make sure you track your weight. I would do your daily weight just so you can see what foods make you fluctuate a little higher and what foods metabolize better, because that will reflect on the scale. And go from there. Don't set too much of a date, like I have to lose this much by this time. It puts a huge stressor on the body, and cortisol puts weight on. So it allows your body to not release the fat cells. So don't stress about it too much. But doing the math, it would be 2 pounds per week. That probably is doable. I used to lose 2 pounds per week when I first initially started. I'm not sure where you're at in your fitness journey, so it might be doable, but my number one advice is don't put too much of a stress on that number. Just focus on your physique changes as you go, because I can guarantee like you'll get to a point where your number on the scale is on point of what you wanted, but you're going to be like, I'm still not happy with my body. Trust me, girl, been there, done that. So focus on your physique changes. So that was that question. Let me go into the next one. I know that wasn't about me. It's okay, girl. Encouraging your busy and faithful mom to your baby boy's needs, along with more kids. Not sure how many. I have 4 kids altogether. My oldest is 20. I have a 16-year-old. I have a 13-year-old, and then I have a 7-year-old. My oldest is my stepson. He's not he's biologically mine in my head. So he's 20. That was by marriage. Next question. Thank you. I am committed to my clients 100%. Yeah. I think that was it. And then you asked, I think you asked another question. Okay, I do have another question. What signs showed your little boy had diabetes? Well, both of my boys are diabetics, type 1 diabetics. It is, again, I stress type 1 diabetes is not something that you do and create on your own. Type 1 diabetes just arises from your autoimmune system attacking the pancreas. So the signs that we noticed were constant thirst, blurred vision, slurred words, constant urination, and then there was times when he was like super hungry where he like couldn't stop eating. So those were the first signs we noticed with my oldest son, and then we noticed them with our youngest, and yeah, it's just sad. Can't imagine what the families go through who don't have a nutrition background, you know. So those are the signs that we noticed, was the ones that I explained. Moving on to another questions. This is from Becky Parker 13508. For refeeds, how many carbs should you increase for that day? I would do anywhere between, I'd say 85 to 100. Remember, you want it to be effective. The point of a refeed is you're probably either have been on a very low calorie deficit diet, or you may have been carb cycling. The refeed is going to give you higher calories, i.e. more carbs, and that is going to allow your body to have energy, have a replenishment in your energy, your mental state. You won't have so much foggy brain, because when you do take carbs away from your body, carbs are your brain food. So it's basically going to re-energize you, give you that replenishment you need to keep going either with your cut or your carb cycling, whichever you may be on. So I would say anywhere between 85 to 100 grams to make it effective. Next one, are fat burners the same as diet pills? I'm not really sure on the distinction, and I've never implemented them before, so I don't know how they work. Number one, don't implement a fat burner until you need it, when you're at like the last stages of losing your pounds and you're like, oh, why is this fat not coming off? Then implement a fat burner. Number 2, fat burners and pills, they're almost the same, being in some may have caffeine and some may not have caffeine. Some have thermogenesis, meaning it makes you sweat more. Some do not have thermogenesis, which it doesn't alter the temperature of your body. Fat burners ultimately give you more energy. They 9 times out of 10 have caffeine. They normally give you more energy, so you in turn burn more calories, which in turn releases more fat off the body because your calorie deficit is higher because you're burning more calories, right? I could get into fat burners and diet pills all day. However, I will say this, there is a difference. Some have caffeine, some do not. Some have a thermogenesis, some do not. So be sure what you're taking it for, and just know that when you do take them, that the ones that have like the water retention loss and thermogenesis to make you sweat more, you will drop more water weight, but don't signify that with weight loss. So there are different ones. So just be sure to which one you're taking. Any recommendations I will be doing a supplement video, and I will give you guys the recommendations on there. Next question. How many minutes should you do HIIT cardio compared to missed training? If I had a client coming to me, let's say they were doing 30 minutes of missed cardio 5 days a week, I would right off the bat cut that in half and break it up into intervals, maybe 4, maybe 6, depending on how much they were doing. And I would break it up into like the intervals of like maybe 25 to 30 seconds of their all-out intensity, and then maybe a minute to a minute and a half of like a moderate intensity, and balance out the numbers that way. But let me just say this, it takes a lot more than just saying, hey, I'm gonna break it up into like 15 minutes instead of 30. I myself would take into account their lifestyle, how much activity they do they lounge around a lot at home, are they very busy all day, how many days a week do they work out in the gym. So I look into a lot of different factors. If that was a client asking me, I would take more than just into like, hey, let's cut it in half. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. So if you're doing 30 minutes, cut it down and go from there. My foot's asleep. What else? Why are you leaving the camp? And if that's too personal, I completely understand. No, it's not too personal. I think I mentioned a little earlier that I'm like a boss babe. I'm a boss kind of girl. I never thought I'd have my own business, and I need to focus on my business. The more people that I came into contact with at the camp, the more people I would not be able to work with. It was not in any way beneficial for me to be there anymore, because basically I can't work with anyone who is from the camp. So I had to make a decision to cut that income that I was getting from the camp and focus solely on my business. Could I go to another place and teach those classes? Yeah, but they might have the same kind of rules. And I feel like it's just time for me to focus on my business, and I want to be able to one day be a competition prep coach, like I mentioned. So it was time for me to focus on my business and not building someone else's business, which there's nothing wrong with, Jeff and Michelle. I love them. They're awesome people. But it was just my time to leave. Next question. Thank you so much for your videos. You're welcome. Thank you for appreciating them. I think that was it. Yeah, so those were all the questions, you guys. If anyone has any other questions that they would like, please comment down below and I will make another Q&A. I'm sorry if I was a little all over the place. Crazy life. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on my video. Please do not forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I will link the links for the my favorite bombshell or my favorite fitness leggings. I will have the links in the description box. And that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret, ain't too proud to beg. Second chance you'll never get. And